everybody and welcome to Quickfire reviews. These are going to be the newer, shorter, sweeter reviews that have a little bit less detail but focus on the smaller games. In the meantime, whilst I'm doing the bigger, more detailed reviews for the bigger games such as Uncharted 4, and my next review will be Doom. I am focusing on that, but I did want to make it a bit more big and a bit more special. So for now we are focusing on Downwell, which is a game by Devolver Digital, same guys who made the Hotline Miami games, the Broforce and Enter the Gungeon. So already we're in familiar territory. I do really like those games that I just mentioned, and I do really like Downwell and what it has to offer. Now, Downwell actually came out in October 2015 on iOS and Android systems and other similar systems to that, but it's been recently ported to the PS4 and came out last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, for a small price of £4, which is, for technically it's an iOS and Android game, it's pretty cheap. And the aim of the game basically is you're a boy who has guns strapped to his boots for some reason, and you fall down a well, and as you're going down the well you collect gems by killing typical enemies such as turtles and frogs and these little Metroid-like creatures and everything like that. And as you go down the well you encounter different harder enemies as well, but I'll get into that a little bit later. And you use the gems as currency and also experience points at the end of the game when you eventually die. But and as you go down the well, you'll find little caverns off to the side which you can break away from the action and go into. And they will mainly hold upgrades for your guns. So say for example you're firing a pistol type gun or a machine gun, you can upgrade that to a shotgun or a laser or whatever, and you can tell that that's that type of gun because it will have a little an S on it for shotgun, L for laser, or something like that. And in the shops you can also just get your health back basically, because you will need to get your health back. This game is insanely hard. It is insanely hard. I'm not just kidding you with when I was saying back about taking inspiration from old NES games. This is definitely made for Android and NES, Android and iOS, and you can tell because if it's really hard, but it's really addicting at the same time. And I feel like it's kind of like Dark Souls-esque in that sense. The difference though I find with Downwell compared to most other iOS and Android games is it's quite layered. You can approach certain scenarios in different ways, and some might work in your favour and others might not. You may think straight away that you want to go in and just kill everything. You run into a risk of getting hit more, and each little block of health is crucially important, especially for how much health. Especially because you can't really regenerate your health. The only way to buy health, the only way to get health back is to buy it in the shops, and it's pretty expensive that way too. So yeah, this game is made to be played in short bursts. It's a really good time killer, especially if, I don't know, for example, I've used this scenario before, my girlfriend's been in the bath and I've had 10-15 minutes to kill while she's in the bath or something like that. And yeah, especially because these levels only last about 2, 3, maybe even 5 minutes if you're lucky, until you die. Because you will die eventually, it's just a matter of how far you get into the game. And as the more and more you play the game, the better you'll get at it, the tighter you will be, and the further you'll get into it. Yeah. Another thing I have to praise this game for as well is the enemy design, as even though it may be old NES, Super NES graphics, and it might not be that detailed, but the more I played it, the more I found that there were certain little details within the enemies, for example, normal enemies will just appear normal, and you can actually jump on enemies as well as shoot them down. But fully red enemies means that you can't jump on them. You have to shoot them as well. And I learned that through time. And there's little details like that that really did strike me and really did impress me. Going back to the difficulty of this game as well, I feel like the main sole reason why it is quite difficult is because not only because of the health as well and how much you have and how much you're limited to you know, how much you're limited to buy and stuff like that. But also because as far as you get into the game, you'll get to like the second world, for example, which is only like 3 levels ahead. If you die later on or die at any point in the game, you're sent straight back to world 1 to start it all over again. And I feel that's a bit brutal, but it does encourage that addictive gameplay, especially for how like quick you can start it up again. It's kind of reminiscent of Super Meat Boy as well. It is so hard, but it's a lot of fun. It's a really good time killer, and it is really addicting as well. I highly recommend it. So my verdict on this game is a 6.5 out of 10. It serves its purpose very well, and it hits the nail on the head on every goal that it sets out to achieve. But other than that, it is, at the end of the day, it is just a time killer. It is just one of those iOS Android games that have been ported over to the PlayStation 4, and it's very addicting as well. But it serves nothing more than it needs to do, really. It will keep you coming back for more, and it certainly has for me as well. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it, and I am determined to get further into the game and see what lies ahead for me. So this has been Quickfire Reviews. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Give me a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you want me to see review next, whether it be a quickfire or a full-on game like that, and I'll see you next time for my review on Doom. Take care, bye bye for now.